Hi, my name is Darryl Ricketts. I'm a researcher and forensic anthropologist from Boston, and my research currently is in fetal development and prenatal development. And I wanted to take a minute to talk to you about what you can do with 3D printing technologies in a real-world situation. So what I have here is a print of a fetal skeleton, and this is something that was done on the MakerBot Replicator 2. This was taken from a CT scan of a 5-month-old fetus. And this is an example of what you can do in a teaching environment. There's not a lot of people that teach fetal osteology, not because there's not a great need for it, but because there's very few collections that you can teach from. So taking this technology and being able to economically print something like this with this kind of resolution to teach from is an enormous advantage for high schools and universities and that sort of thing. So this is one example. Another example for research purposes is this one that I had printed. This is called a cephalophagus. This is part of a fetal collection from Boston University that's previously unknown, that has a number of near full-term fetuses with genetic anomalies that you just don't see anymore. This one is a conjoined twin. It's conjoined at the head and the thorax, and this is very rare. It's something that's not seen full-term anymore. It's a very old specimen. So as I'm doing a case study on this with several of my colleagues, we decided to do a 3D rebuild of this from CT scans and MRIs. So I've taken the bone out of this and then reconstructed it, cut the top off, and printed it on a 3D printer. And the beauty of this is it allows us to see the internal structures without actually destroying the original specimen, which is quite rare and fragile. So this is a good example of what you can do in a virtual environment. This is considered virtual autopsy of a specimen, and allows us to keep the original unharmed. So there's another example of what you can do with 3D printing. And this is a good example of what you can do with 3D printing just for fun. This I recently had done here at Studio 304. This is a representation of my skull. This was taken from a standard CT scan. I removed the soft tissue and took the bone out, then reconstructed it and had it printed on the 3D printers here. So this is actually my skull in miniature. And of course, what am I going to do with this? I actually plan on having this cast in silver, and it's going to make quite an interesting tabletop piece or bookweight or something. So this is an example of what you can do with the 3D printing technologies here at Studio 304. And thanks for watching.